it's Melina. I am here at the Genzio Media House in Dubai for Token2049. And today I'm joined by Nish, a fractional CMO and consultant, an advisor as well. So many roles. Talk to us about your journey, how you got into crypto and everything that you're doing.
For sure. Well, thanks for having me here. This setup's pretty cool, I have to say. So a bit about me and my background. I guess I was initially introduced to the space in 2018, where someone gave me like $13 worth of Bitcoin on this cold storage coin. And it was like, they had like gold, silver, and copper, back in like those weird days of crypto. And to be honest, I still haven't been able to get out that thing. So if you have any tips, let me know. I was in university at the time, studying my second degree in dentistry. And that was like my sister at the time was consulting a lot of companies and doing a lot of advisory roles and fell into the marketing and events realm of the industry. And during COVID, at that point I'd graduated. I had been working with her for a little while on like the production and event side. And then when COVID hit, dentists weren't allowed to practice anymore.
Yes.
And the events and production stopped. So I called her and I was like, what are you going to do? She's like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, crypto's really taking off and I want to scale Luna on like the more PR side. So would you like to help me? And I was like, okay. And dove right in. And it's been 5 years and never really looked back until last year in May.
That's amazing. What a cool story.
Yeah.
So how did you, from Luna PR, now you're also consulting.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about that as well.
Basically, Luna was mainly focused on marketing, and we had a lot of like bull market strategies. But Nikki is my sister and the founder. She has an incredible brain. She, always manages to reroute the business to fit the market, and she does it just in time before anyone else does. So she started moving more towards the PR side, and I've always loved marketing. And for me, it became, a choice of where my skill set is and do I have anything to offer the company at this point, just to be completely transparent.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I made the decision to leave because I was also applying for my master's in dental surgery. And then in May, I made the switch and it's been a really cool transition.
So, let's talk consulting as well, because I am curious.
Mm-hmm.
We see so many projects and companies. It's almost like every day there's a new project and there's the new best thing and there's the new Web3 version of whatever product they want to create. How do you go about consulting projects and stuff? Like any red flags, like any words or things that you constantly hear and you're like, no.
It's so many. Oh my God. I think especially living in Dubai, you see a lot of garbage.
Really?
Like you really see a lot of crap, and it's at this point you kind of get used to like sifting it out, when you have, I'm sure that you see it as well. You can almost sniff, mind my language, the bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think that's mainly it. You can tell a lot by the founder, by the way they talk about themselves, the company. And usually when you get to know the story, things don't add up the way they should, or you start to see very immature business values, that immediately raise red flags, because it's important to understand it's not just the experience of the founder. It's not just what the project does. It's also the business acumen and the values that they carry and the team that they build. Finances, the amount of times that I've been defaulted on by payment. It's insane. It's insane.
It is insane.
Yeah. But to answer your question with words, I think when founders are unable to fully explain their product, that should be the biggest red flag. It seems really straightforward, but
when they take 35 minutes to explain.
Yeah, and when they're unable to give you an elevator pitch, when they're unable to identify a single target audience, and they say my product's for everyone.
Oh, that's the worst.
Nothing's for everyone. And so it's those are my three top.
I love
Top
it.
cues.
No, those are really accurate. I could totally relate to those as well. It's funny that you worked with your sister. I have such a hard time onboarding my friends, my girlfriends to crypto. How has that been like for you? Like people around you are just like, yeah, crypto, it's more innate, like people around you are just buying it.
No, so I mean, I got in because of my sister, but to put it into context, we're three sisters, and the eldest one is so risk averse. She just set up her MetaMask like 6 months ago. And we've been in this industry. Nikki's been in the industry since 2017. You know, so you can imagine it really took a long time. With my friends, I don't try anymore. I love you guys. Sorry.
Yeah. If you know, you know, and that's it.
But I have to say, since I started my degree, a lot of my professors and colleagues have been asking me about crypto. In fact, they've gone to me, "Why are you doing medicine?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "But you're in crypto. Like, what are you doing?" You know, and it's so funny because in crypto, everyone's like, "Oh, that's awesome that you're moving," and meanwhile, they're like on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's almost like you could do crypto and do something else.
Yeah,
you don't have to be in the crypto industry.
Exactly, and I think the flexibility of crypto and it being 24/7, it's really easy to get carried away, but to be honest, there's always something to do and there's always people to meet, and you can't let it rule your life. Like, you really have to, you know, live with what you love.
I'm telling you, I am a creator, and sometimes the burnout is super real because we don't stop.
Yeah.
Nothing stops in
You
crypto.
know?
Like literally 24/7. I'm even a little concerned because I'm not checking my ex. You know, like what's going on? Like what I miss.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's true. It's really crazy. Well, good for you for going back to school. You know, going back to, I guess, the roots, like what you love to do.
Yeah.
What else can you tell people, like maybe who are watching right now, who are maybe new to crypto, or like any tips? You know, like where do you start? It's so hard. I never know how to answer that.
So every time someone asks me, like, and this is the same advice that I give everyone who asks me about crypto. When they say, "What do I buy?" I'm always like, "I'm not giving you financial advice. Like, just don't." You know. But if they do want to start somewhere, I think the top 10 tokens, aside from the stable coins, are a great start. Even some stable coins have amazing yield benefits, but you know, I think that's maybe a secondary layer to starting off. And besides that, I find that the main blocker is the technology. People try so hard to understand it. And I always have to break it down and say, do you understand how the internet works? Like, could you explain how that works to me, like technologically? And usually the answer is no. And I say, well, think of blockchain the same way. You know, you don't have to understand it fully to use it. In fact, your P&G products, like, which is Tide, and all your cereals that you like, so many products are from Procter and Gamble. All of their operations run on blockchain. You know, so it's already a household technology without you realizing it.
Crazy. I like this. I like this example a lot. I have to use it. Yeah. I'm going to steal it from you.
Okay, sounds good.
I also love, because you said you have a love for marketing. I do too. I just find that people in crypto don't understand marketing. No. She's laughing. Right? Like, why?
You know what? I think one of the main issues with marketing is that everyone goes after vanity metrics, even though we all know it's vanity metrics.
Exactly.
And
the numbers
it doesn't
are fake.
make any sense. Because even people, they'll be like, "Oh, they only have 40,000 followers." And I'm like, at least they're organic. Like,
exactly.
But even that's probably with a Zeely campaign. So I don't know what to tell you. What are you looking for?
It's true.
What was the number? How many people are in crypto? I think it's like
I don't know,
200 mil as of, or something.
We're not that many. So if you have like 5 million followers, who are they?
And the majority of those people are dormant. Like they're.
Or they left. Or they left crypto too.
Yeah, I think it was 200 million wallets. But you have to bear in mind also, each person has an average of like 5 wallets. So that number immediately, you know, is much lower. Yeah. And then you have the people that are just holding and not actively trading. And to be honest, the people in crypto itself, we're not really investing new capital right now. We're moving from one token to another as soon as we get a bit of profit, just trying to trying to, you know, get back into like that bull market,
Yeah.
you know, because we're almost there. You can feel it, but it's like,
I wanted to ask you that too. I've been asking everyone today. What is this cycle? Is it a bullish cycle or are we in a bear? Like, what is this?
I have no idea. And, you know, I've really tried to understand it. So I've listened to a lot of podcasts and listened to a lot of experts speak. And someone said something really interesting about how Bitcoin is not following the traditional 4-year cycle. And it cannot anymore because of the amount of institutions that have come in. So while us as users that are crypto native are trying to place the cycle, it's not following that path, and all we're doing is panicking because of it, because we can't figure it out. But it's completely turned into its own, it's grown its own legs, you know, like it's its own asset class, its own monster right now. So I think overall bullish sentiment is definitely present in the long term. And in the short term, there's a bit of uncertainty with the tariffs and with, you know, Trump administration and all these political uncertainties. But if you actually zoom out, you'll see that all of the major countries, or at least the forward-thinking countries, are really utilizing blockchain and even Bitcoin at this point. To give you an example, Kuwait has had to implement laws against illegal mining operations because the amount of mining in the country was completely shutting off their entire country's power grid. So they had to put a stop on it. At the same time, Abu Dhabi, Saudi, all these guys are not just investing in Bitcoin. Saudi started mining Bitcoin, and they aim to be the largest mining operations in the world. Wow. As soon as Saudi starts, you know that Qatar and all the neighboring Bahrain, all these other countries are going to come in. I'm sure the UAE isn't far from that as well, because they always try to compete with each other.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that too, like how it's going in Dubai in terms of crypto and regulation.
I love it here. Like the crypto space is initially it was really scammy. I think it's also still a bit dodgy. Like you really have to be careful. But overall, the government is really forward thinking, which I absolutely love. They have had the Ministry of Blockchain since 2017, the Ministry of AI since 2017, and they've already implemented blockchain in their medical, education, and real estate sectors. Wow. So all the houses that you rent and your entire, like, you know, it's called an ijari, your legal agreement. That's placed on the blockchain. Your medical records are on the blockchain.
Wow.
Yeah, everything's there.
Wow. It's my first time in Dubai, so I'm really excited to visit and to experience it and to see how crypto friendly it is.
Yeah, of course. How are you finding it?
I love it so far. I mean, I only landed this morning, but I love it. I love it so far, yeah. Okay, yeah, well, it's supposed to be better weather. I guess it's better than last year because it completely flooded. Yes. I'm happy that I'm here this year.
Yeah, but, you know, I think every year the industry grows a lot, and so does, you know, the crypto adoption, the entire market, the conference, the energy, everything just shifts every year. And it's really exciting to see.
I love this so much. So where can people learn more about you if they want to follow you, if they want to maybe, you know, get advice from you? Where can people follow you? I'm on every social media platform. I hate posting on X. My engagement is absolutely terrible and I just can't seem to fix it. But I'm a marketer. I swear I'm good. No, I'm on LinkedIn, Telegram, on and not Facebook. No one uses that anymore. On Twitter and Instagram as well. Usually my name is Nish out of water, like fish out of water. But I love Nish. Yeah. Nish out of water. Yeah. Thank you so much. This was so fun. Thank you too. Hey, what's up? This is Zach. But it's not something Genzio is afraid of. If you want to survive, you got to build a house. How do you know we do not understand? Ladies and gentlemen. We're back at the Genzio Media House. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.